What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to channel Anderson. Wanted to hit you guys with a quick kind of Monday afternoon update on what's going on with the cars and some tricky things that I found and a few things I got planned that I need to order parts for. So let me catch you guys up to speed with what I've been up to this weekend. So number one, if you guys have ever had a case of the stiff necks, I got hit pretty bad with it this past Thursday. Kinked it and it's just been kind of not so great. So wasn't too motivated to work on the cars in all honesty, but I have been up to a few things at least, so I'll get you guys up to speed. So number one, shout out to Mike. If you guys have been around my channel, you guys know Mike's my stepdad, and he is one that has helped me a lot with all of these cars and just learning and providing help and tools and all kinds of stuff. But this toolbox was actually his dad's and had been in the family for a long time now actually. But he just upgraded. He got a nice Husky toolkit. I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, he upgraded. So I needed a toolbox. I was like, hey, if you got any stuff to give up, let me know. And he gifted me this one. It is pretty cool. It's metal, what does it say? Metal Box and Cabinets Corporation from Chicago. So MB Century. Pretty cool. Kind of meant to be, right? Michael Brooks, aka Mercedes-Benz. Anyways, super cool. It's got all the right spaces for it, so I will be probably making a video of like organizing the garage. And now that we have everything accumulated over here, we can kind of get this sorted out. But yeah, enough of that. Let me get to the cars. C36, you guys know, is sitting for now. It runs and drives fine. It's not leaking coolant at a rapid rate, but the water pump that I just didn't seal properly. And honestly, I know I put a heap ton of RTV on it, but I was trying to like be extra cautious. Kind of backfired though. But I don't think it's because of the amount of RTV I put. I actually think it's because I didn't follow the RTV steps correctly like you're supposed to. You know, you're supposed to let it sit for like 10 minutes beforehand to let it get tacky, and then you put it on, put it hand tight, let it sit for another like 30 minutes, something like that, and then you torque it down, I believe, something like that. So I think it had just as much to do with that versus like too much RTV. I just didn't let it seal the way it's supposed to. I just basically put it on and cranked it down, which not the best recipe. But let me grab a light real quick and I'll show you guys a few things that I found, and one thing that was kind of alarming to find on the C55. Not so much so right now, but I'm glad that I caught it. All right, well, I guess I'll start with the bad stuff first. I don't know how well you guys will be able to see. Maybe I should pull up on this side, but this trunk seal and this spot in general has kind of caught my eye in the last week or so, because I just started to notice some things that I didn't like. And the first of those spots was right here. There's a little cavitation. I can't really tell if this spot in particular, I think this one is just dirt. But when I saw that, it made me start looking to see, is there any rust spots popping up? For those that don't know, there's actually plastic guides that go right here, and I got rid of those a long time ago because I had so much crud built up underneath them that I felt like they were doing more harm than good. So I ditched those a while ago. So neither side has them. They're just like black pieces that basically fit, black molding pieces that fit into this channel. But yeah, I ditched those because they were holding a ton of leaves and moisture underneath, and I just felt like it was a recipe for rust. And there still is a bit of rust from what I found, but it's all little stuff and not too bad. But this is the type of stuff that, you know, you can see like it's forming in a lot of different areas. These are the type of spots that if I were to let this sit and not do anything or never discovered this, I mean, this could get pretty bad. You can see some of this is actually already, you know, not great looking. It's not terrible, so I'm glad I'm catching it. But my plan is I'm just gonna keep it simple. I'm not gonna try to go crazy in the end. I mean, this is a desire to be a track car for me, so I'm kind of surprised I've kept as much of the you know, carpet and other things in the trunk as I have. So my plan is soon I'm gonna be doing a bit of more weight saving project on this car. We got the sunroof delete I definitely want to get into, but overall I think I'm just ready to kind of take out you know, like the carpets and just really make it very clean but as minimal as possible while still being somewhat creature comfortable. So we will do that as a process, but this is one little job that I'll definitely tackle, and it's just a forewarning to you other, you know, Mercedes W203 owners. Definitely check these spots out, especially if you still have that plastic channel in there. Take them off. They're just a little push pin, you know, held on. Take them off and, you know, look to see what kind of stuff is in there. You can tell, like, this is all the nastiness that just gets caught. This is all just dirt and leaves and whatever else. So I need to really go through this car. Like, I want to go as far as like taking the taillights out and just really deep clean this thing. Now that I have a garage to properly keep it in, I really want to keep it nice, and I just haven't been doing a good job of that with all the cars in general. So now having a garage and easy place to, you know, wash them and vacuum them, I want to make that a goal of mine for this year, to make them, you know, get the shine that they deserve and keep them very, very clean. So that is could have been scarier than it is type of project that'll be popping up, but definitely got to get rid of that stuff. All right, now moving on to the engine bay, and excuse me, I don't have the greatest lighting right now because my other light is in the other car outside and don't feel like going to get it, but we are gonna start the valve cover job refresh soon, painting the valve covers. I'm not sure which color I want to paint them yet. I have a wrinkle black, and I also have an aluminum like spray finish. The one that we did for the intake manifold is an aluminum brush on paint. So I could use that, could use the exact same thing. So let me know what you guys would like to see. I think the wrinkle black could look clean. I do like having silver on it just for the ease of seeing any oil or anything like that. I feel like the wrinkle black makes it a little more difficult. But yeah, I'd be open to either one of those, wrinkle black or a silver finish, whether it's a spray on can I have or the same Rust-Oleum stuff that I use for the intake manifold. Yeah, I'll be doing that soon. I just need to order valve cover gaskets. I thought I had them, but I actually used the set that I had on the M155, so no longer have them. Other things, we have a really cool project coming up that is a sponsored project with a new partner company that has been awesome enough to work with me and developed a new part for the M113 that will hopefully be available to you guys soon. I will let that unfold as it will, and then you guys will hear shortly. But yeah, overall, things in the engine bay are getting better. Another project I'd like to add onto the list for the summer, I would love, love, love to have somebody create me like a pie cut version of this intake setup that I have. Like if I could get this all one piece, and not two silicone elbows, that would be awesome. It's fine the way it is, but I just think it'd be really cool if I could get an actual, you know, pie cut. Like, I mean, it'd be super cool if it was like aluminum or titanium or, you know, even stainless, whatever, and then I can Cerakote it or do something to keep the heat out. But other thing I was going to tell you guys, me and Josh are working on some more plans for the car. That's Mercedes Swap Shop for you guys that are not familiar or didn't see the video. Mercedes Swap Shop is now the tuner for the C55. So Josh and I have been still bouncing ideas off. There's still the big creation in the works that is going to be probably a few months down the line, but we're working on it, and we've talked about doing like a full track mode ECU. So I think one of my spares, I'll send it out to him this week, and that way we can have one that's like, you know, has the nannies in place, but it has the tune and all that stuff. It's coded for manual. And then we can have one of the ECUs that's basically like all nannies gone, just like full track mode, like no ABS, no ESP, you know, anything like that. So it'd be a cool, you know, experiment to see like back to back how different the car feels with those two different ECUs. So something else we have in the works. Besides that though, like I said, the weight savings, other things I would like to try. I would like to get rid of the whole spare tire plastic tub, and I would like to put in a flat aluminum panel. I also think that would help with kind of under aero dynamics of the car, or you know, this whole setup down here. I feel like it could help. This is just basically sitting weight. Doesn't really help much, so it'd be cool to get that out and just have a flat aluminum panel. And it'd be a nicer thing to have the battery tray sit on. I also want to make a battery tray that can hold, you know, the stock Group 49 size batteries and the mini battery like we have, just in case for different uses. Like, you know, if I want to take it on a longer trip or something, I can throw a Group 49 in there and not have to worry about this thing draining. I have that order from FCP Euro, so it's a lifetime battery, but Odyssey is like out of stock of those in most places right now, so I can't even get a replacement for it because it's kind of, I don't know, it's dwindled a bit since I've had it, so it's not at full health anymore. It still works, but if I don't drive it for a few days, it's flat normally. So yeah, other things, I would like to pick up a spare 203 trunk so I can like gut one fully and make it, you know, like fully lightweight as possible. That way I can leave this one nice and the way it is. For the time being, I could at least, like, you know, pull all this stuff off it, see how clean I can make it without making it look, you know, junky or whatever. But yeah, other thoughts that I have. Interior, I have played around with the idea many times back and forth about deleting the rear seats. My only hesitation is my son absolutely loves this car, and if I didn't have the rear seats in there, didn't have a place for him to sit, I'd be bummed out because I know he loves cruising in this car with me. So I'd have to figure something out, like, you know, do a delete panel where I could still mount a car seat safely, or do something like that to keep him, you know, be able to ride with me, because I don't want to be riding solo. Like on the days that I go to Cars and Coffee in the summer, I like taking him with me. So we're figuring that out, but the sunroof delete is definitely happening. It would have already started had this not popped up. So tomorrow I'm gonna go try to get a proper O-ring for this, and I'll resell it soon. Luckily, I learned a lot from doing it the first time, so I think I'll be able to do it a lot smoother, fingers crossed, this next time. But yeah, sunroof delete is next on my mind, as well as the valve covers once I get the gaskets here, and I can take care of those hopefully within like a day or two once I pull them off, get them all painted properly and nice and good looking. So yeah, I don't want to bore you guys too much, so I'll keep this one short, but I just want to give you guys at least a little quick Monday update. Once this thing is good, I'll probably pop this thing out for a day and get the SUVs in here so I can take care of a few kind of pre-summer maintenance on those. So yeah, I will cut it off here, guys. Thank you for everyone that's been chiming into the channel, that's been keeping up with everything. When I'm not posting videos, or like if I'm not on the YouTube channel, feel free, like hit me up on Instagram. I'm on there. I usually try to check it a couple times a day at least, and yeah, just stay active with people, interacting, messaging, questions, comments, etc. I try to use that as like when I'm not, you know, posting videos Monday, Wednesdays, or Friday on YouTube, then I'm usually on Instagram, you know, either posting some reels or stories or stuff like that, just trying to keep you guys engaged on the behind the scenes stuff. So that said, we'll close it out. I'll catch you guys most likely on Wednesday, hopefully with something good, or at very least we'll do a nice little rust repair video and maybe some trunk weight delete on that thing. So catch you guys then. Thank you guys for watching, and hope you guys have a good week. Happy Monday. Peace.
Yeah. you.